Welcome everyone to the first day of Due Process League. I am Melvin of Man, joined by my lovely assistant and far more handsome Echo.
Oh, gonna make me blush, bro. Chill out. Calm down. Calm down.
I say you're the assistant, but I'm technically the assistant. So it's like I'm trying to get the limelight here. But we're gonna have our first game today. It's gonna be Gnomes versus Rise. A lot of kind of, for me anyway, hype going into this. Gnomes having a very good run last major, coming off a very back and forth against the kings of due process, global breakout, the only ones to kind of seem to be the ones that kind of can stay in the ring long enough to get a knockout punch.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
I'm interested to see how they'll start this season off.
yeah, definitely. I mean, when it comes to their kind of performance, right? The last time we saw them, didn't work out so well for them, unfortunately. But I mean, they're definitely still very high when it comes to like the list of contenders, right? But they are going up against a bit of a new team tonight, right? Or tonight, today. I don't know. Time zones, weird thing. The point being though, right? So Rise, formerly Katura, right? A bit of a roster change. Bit of a drastic roster change, dare I say. Dylan's not there. Makes my heart hurt. Not gonna lie. I do want to cry, but I'm not gonna cry on stream. Anyways, that's beside the point, right? So the question really is gonna kind of be how good is that roster swap going to be? How effective will it be when it comes to kind of taking on these new teams? Because I mean, new season, anything can happen. So we're really going to have to wait and see.
It appears we are, and the game is we're already underway.
Oh, okay. Ah, yeah, I
Um,
bet.
for those that can't currently see it right now, we are starting on what appears to be a convenience store. Um, Very nice convenience store.
Yeah.
Kind of a typical one. Uh, we have the storage kind of choke point. We have the usual kind of the outside power, which a lot of teams can either opt to just quickly get that power, kind of either immediately, or in a case of just we'll play it safe. We'll just do office. We don't know when that wall charge could be used again, or as what they've got set up here. They're gonna have that saber set up in the front with the wall charge, and appears a focus on Teller. So this
Mm.
could be a two charge start for uh for gnomes here.
Oh, okay, there we go. I've been on the loading screen map for the most of the time there, and now I'm finally in it though. So now I'm actually getting to see kind of what you were talking about. Okay, that might indeed be already the wall charge ping. It did come out though. Gonna have to see if they decide to utilize that. A double breach round first round would definitely be interesting. That's another one of those kind of like power plays. I feel like we got to really see, especially in the finals, right, of the last season, where we had GB really always kind of coming out with a lot of aggression, right? First round, they weren't afraid to double charge, to take kind of two power weapons. So feel like that might be something that we see coming out more often in this season as well, really trying to get into the other team's head. And especially when you're more of like you're a seasoned team kind of coming into a team who's trying to like not necessarily see your synergy, but it's like, you get some nerves, right? It's like you're kind of like a new team, right? A bit of a roster change. Gonna have to see how things work out. And
Yeah, y'all was gonna want to like test the waters, see like is this new
exactly.
team aggressive, is it defensive, and so far aggressive. They're actually gonna drop Reptar immediately to start off
Indeed.
this engagement.
Indeed, the waters have been tested, and they might be a bit too deep for this. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Scoop did pick up a kill as well. Not too much going down yet. Both teams looking for that opening, and they might have just found it. Scoop's over. Now they're nicely done with a third pick as well. We'll also get one merchant. Last man standing does have the KR. Let's see if he makes something happen. He's got to chill in that corner. Going for it. Does pick up index. Does pick up six. Happen. No, no, he cannot. His Scoot squad gonna pick him up. Almost an ace already coming out. And that's what I call starting off strong.
Yeah, it looked like just for a brief second there, Rise was gonna kind of scare the gnomes here, but kind of unperturbed. Just immediately after that first kill, four members of Rise just dropped like immediately. Very a reassuring, start for gnomes. Like this is kind of what we see where they can kind of quickly adapt. We saw that a lot during their games with Global Breakout, where it
Yeah.
seemed like, oh, GP's got this, and then all of a sudden a 2v5 turned into a, oh, 2v0. Wow. So I think they're very good at just seeing that. Oh, did we just lose our sniper immediately? That's fine. We'll pick that up later. And then they just kind of walked in there and flashbangs in the correct points,
Yeah.
kind of forcing those defenders to come out to them. And right off the bat here, we kind of see a very nice damage chart there for Scooge, picking up those nice 4 kills. Nice already in the 300s of damage. So very strong start. It's only the first run though, so
That's true.
never count anybody down just yet.
Exactly, exactly. And I mean, they're just like, "Yo, snipers? We don't need that where we're going, right? I can't use the sniper if I'm trying to get in close range." So we'll have to see, though. Oh my, I inhaled a bit harder than I wanted to there. That probably sounded really cursed. I'm out here dying, bro. That being said, though, we are on a factory, so potential lights play per usual, right? This is kind of that map where we see it coming out the most. We didn't see it on that C store. I actually didn't quite catch a glimpse of what the third map was. Did you get to see that?
It would probably make sense if we paid attention to that. That would probably seem something we do. I think it was Dome. I'm not sure. We'll find out the next one, and we'll
That's
be
true.
we'll be better going forward. I promise.
We're off to a good start already. That being said, though, okay, there wasn't a double breach last time around, so that means they will still have two door charges remaining, and it's looking like they're going to use one of them on office. That's a solid pick, right? Especially looking at this office, you get so much vision into this entire dock area, which is going to be the main area of a contest, really. So it's like you got the bomb here in an open spot as well. Hate to see it when you got to defuse and you're like the last man standing. So it definitely got to come down to, right, how many can they take out right away?
That is for sure. I know teams here kind of avoid that toxic, even if power is there. Um, Basically, getting in and out of toxic is just hell. It's just choke point, choke point.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've played on this variation where they just kind of like, oh, we hit the power, and they just kind of single file out. It's very dangerous. So that's office control allows them to kind of move, to that cover of pipe works,
Yeah.
holding office. So it seems the defenders are gonna, be set up for that eventual. They're gonna take office. So let's just
Hmm.
prep to hold that. And very slow as they breach into office, and then the majority of them are going to go through server farm prepping and getting their pre-fires done, flashbangs, but, to their surprise, not a single soul of Rise is even on that side of the map.
Yeah, no, honestly, Rice just completely gave up office, and that's honestly perfect. So much pressure coming out from the fact that that door is really engage, but nothing's ever coming. Index will pick up that first kill though. But like I was saying, right, no one's actually going to be coming through office. The main kind of strike force is moving in through server farm, waiting for that to get in there. They just found it, looking to go into pipeworks here. 2 men already inside. Digital should be the first man to see something coming here. And Wobbly Adaxi, though, he's gonna fall. Very nice. Next up, Digital goes down, and just like that, the whole team is getting wiped out of existence. Digital, last man standing with the mop. Can he make something happen? He's doing a little ring around the rosy, around the boxes, and he goes down to Index.
Unfortunate
Nice.
part of the mop is that it hits hard, but you miss. We saw that in the beginning there when the kind of fight was breaking around bomb there, is that Digital was just shots did not seem to be connecting, and then they just kept closing in on him, and the team's already failing their fights on the north side of the bomb, and he's just left to kind of deal with these two people who are eventually pushing in on him, and he's trying to support his team, but nothing's connecting, and his team
Yeah.
can't support him, and it's something I always like to talk about with the mop is that it is such a great power weapon uh, on getting rid of those of that health advantage the attackers have.
That
You don't
XP
have
armor
to
he
hit the
got on.
headshot. You just have to hit even the just basic body shot, and you know that somebody next to you with the gat is going to finish the job. Someone with a tub long range will get the job done. Like, excuse me, but if the shots aren't connecting, it becomes kind of an issue. And you saw as the fight started to fail, his shots were missing, and they're just closing in on him there.
Hmm.
And there was not much he could do. And obviously, when you're in a panic situation, you may jitter your shots a little bit, and that's just kind of nerves and they're right on me. So it just kind of happens, and it was just unfortunate that um, Gnomes kind of went in slow, kind of figured out, okay, they're not here, okay, they're not there. Okay, so they're all down there, right? Right. Okay, and then they just slowly started moving in on those Rise members who unfortunately were just kind of out of time. They are going to pick up the mop. I'm not sure how many bullets they have. Let's see as they kind of spawn in and stand up here. He is going to have
3?
shots to his
Okay.
name. 3 shots to his name for the mop, but they're gonna. Looks like they're gonna put it back for right now.
Yeah.
But Merchant's gonna bring out the auto shotty for this. Kind of standard bank, and it looks like they're gonna opt to play auto shotty in vault. I am against auto shotty in vault just because of how close you have to be with the auto shotty,
Hmm.
and grenade or flashbang or not anything that goes into that vault, you're you're just gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, no, I gotta say, feeling a little troll, honestly, if they're not gonna take them on. A 3 shot, that should be 3 kills, right? If you land them. Obviously, you kind of have to take that gamble, but it's last round before switch. I don't know. I feel like it would probably be the move to take, especially since, I mean, Gnomes already have been showing that they have the move, right? They're very nice when it comes to kind of rotating around that map, trying to figure out where the majority of Rise is, and then kind of move in methodically. But honestly, this time around, do not take it. Guess that might just be the big brain play. They are going to go ahead and breach in through office, though. Yeah, once again, Rise. I feel like Rise is kind of still suffering from that Couture syndrome, right? Even though they've kind of started to, they rotated their rosters a bit, but they still kind of have what we saw when they went up against GB, where they give up so much of the map for free almost, and that kind of comes to bite them in the end of the day, right? It's like they pretty much gave up most of Hall. They've got Sentry kind of watching that long angle, only one, and he's going up against the Ingmar, and he's going to fall accordingly, right? Index taking them out. Now they have control of Hall. They already have control of Floppy. They're taking control of Tellers as well, and they just kind of opt for, yeah, we're going to hide in the Vietnam of accounting, right? We're just going to chill in there, make them come to us, hopefully. But I don't know if that's the move.
We always talk about as defenders in this game, it is okay to give up territory. That's the parts like guerrilla warfare, but if you give up too much, you give them too much, and you give them a lot of the room and the flexibility to defend and circle on you, as the fights are now going to be breaking out around loans, and then the rushing into near accounting, and they're already onto bomb. Merchant and Adaxi try to retake it, but they're just going to be walking into a funnel as Ruktar and Scoot hold this inevitable funnel that is just basically Rise's demise, as they all are going to fall in the same doorway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? We saw them all fall back into accounting, and then it's like, what are you gonna do? The bomb's in security, they don't hold that. The door is opened up, and there's just nowhere for them to go. They all put themselves in this one door room. We have one single point pretty much where you can actually kind of get over to the vault. And you saw what happens. They just, every time they step outside, boom, they get just gunned down immediately. They get shot in the back, they get shot in the face, and there's just nothing they can do.
The fact that they just kind of, like, as we said, giving up ground is okay, especially if it's a
Yeah,
case of, oh, there's overwhelming numbers. Pull back, that's fine. It's okay. Live to fight, that little extra longer.
yeah.
But just giving up, the fact that everybody was in accounting, it's like, well, they walked onto vault. What do you mean they walked into vault? Well, they're just in there. Okay, well, let's take it. Okay, right behind you, boss. And they all just kind of funneled through. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, they all walked out in there and just Saber, AP-25s, Ingmars. Not much defenders are going to do against that, especially when you've got Grubers and the Otter Shoddy. Like, you're not going to do much, and it just...
You're not that guy, bro.
You're
You're not
not
that guy.
you're not the guy. This isn't Spy Kids. You're not the guy on the cover. Like, you can't... As we said, it's okay to give up ground. That is okay. But when you're all in the same room and there is only one exit, you have created a problem.
Yeah, yeah, quite a big one. And they pay the price for it, right? We saw that they just get absolutely mowed down. I don't think that Gnomes even lost a single member there. I might be tripping.
I
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either. I think they may
Yeah.
have lost the one. I'm not sure, but I think it was flawless for them.
Yeah, point being is that the side of Rise lost all their members because of that mistake, and that's really, at the end of the day, all that matters. And so that being said, we're gonna have to see it. Maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe these maps are just attacker sided. Maybe that's the issue. maybe we see the 3-0 coming out from Rise now, right? You never know.
Maybe. I have been noticing. I don't know if you've been playing a bit recently. I know these newer maps. To me, they feel more defender sided. These ones, I don't think so. But like
Hmm.
some of the newer maps I've seen kind of come into rotation, I have felt like there's like, oh, why are only defenders winning? Like, what's going on here? I was like, I've never seen a meta where like one side is truly dominating, except before the times where like flashbangs were even worse and like the leg roast was disgusting and
Yeah, no, I guess I feel that. I feel that. Alright, a little free fire going off into office. I think we might just see the same kind of play coming out, right? We did see that Reptile actually kick down that corner shed, try and get some pop shots off. Nothing quite gonna come out of it though. Looking to breach into freezer this time around though, actually. So a bit of a divergent path. So we'll be waiting there with the Molotov. Gonna drop that, and he is most likely just gonna back off while the rest of the team of Rising will be moving to the office here. Flashbang going in, Merchant and Digital are in already. They're gonna just shoot critical on the back. Now Index will take out Central. Index does go down, return. So Merchant, it's just 1v1s all around the board here. Six side, Reptard, Scooge, all chilling in this Teller arcade area. They can just hold, they can chill for now. Snarms and Adaxi, that's you standing. You have close range weapons, so they definitely want to close that distance and compare to he's got the KR, and he's gonna just play it perfectly. Taking out Adaxi. Snarms last man standing. His health bar is pretty damn low as well. He might just opt to dip out of here. Keep that clacker safe. His child needs to protect it with his life, and he is indeed gonna go ahead and just chill outside. But overall, a very nice defense coming out from the Gnomes.
we talk about I know we've talked about it before as casters. I talk about it almost all the time. It's in every cast I've been in. The dangers of stalling and due process, especially in a map like this. In this specific set of convenience store, the teller is it's quite a large teller. The door is right next to bomb. Yes, and there's two of the little holes to shoot through.
Yeah.
While they don't cover the bomb, you've got the arcade that can. You've got this little door down in the left of office that kind of covers the storefront. So storefront, if that actual storefront area isn't either open or there's a wall charge there, yeah, it's a big coffin.
Yo, Reptar really sent it. Dude. He was hunting for Snorm, ran all the way out to the taxi. He's like, let me in, please. There's a UAV aiming at me. He's like, no, not my problem, bro. And he's just going to get taken out. That being said, though, that round will once again
very
go
low.
unannounced.
Snarms was very low.
I think he was at like probably like 10 HP, something like that. And I mean, respectable, right? You opt to kind of save the clacker. Don't want to give it into the hands of someone like a team like Gnomes, who you already know for 100% of a fact are going to be waiting at one of those red doors. Just click, 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 just waiting for you to pull up. That they can just blow you to bits.
As you just kind of pull up close to the door, like, I think someone's just
Oh,
gone.
just gone, dude. Yeah. So, you know, it's respectable. Respectable. Push didn't go so well. 1v3, probably not going to win that with 10 HP as well when you're going up against KRs and suppressed Grubers. Just get out of there. Just go home to see your kids another day, you know?
We're looking at the charts again. We see that stats powered by Index, and Index is 3 for 3 in his openings. I'm not going to say biased news, but he has been winning, has seen all of his opening trades. Any trade that he starts, it's gone in his favor. Adaxi being the only member on Rise that has kind of won the opening trade, and that was the first round where he got the first kill. Which then we saw immediately fell apart right on after. But we need to start seeing some shove from Rise. Like we're seeing them push, but it's just kind of like a, you know, like when you walk up behind a friend, you're like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on?" You kind of like give them that like punch in the shoulder. That's kind of what Rise is doing, and Gnomes is like, "Hey, like what are you doing? Like why are you doing that?" So I want to see Rise. I want to see them on these next couple of maps. I want to see them walk up like, "Hey, what's up?" Wham, and just I want to see some shove. I want to see some shove.
I feel that. You do like me, bro. You got to hit him in those weak points. I did that to a friend. I still feel bad to this day. He broke his collarbone, right? And he comes into school. He's got like this huge cast on. And my dumbass, dude. I like, I go up to him like, what's going on, man? Like out of instinct. I do that like shove right into the broken collarbone, bro. And he just looks at me and he's like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like he's got like tears in his eyes and he's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm sitting, I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like,
I had
a small brain moment of my life, dude.
that happened to me. I was the victim of that. I had surgery on my heart. It was like a small heart monitor. And one of my buddies comes up to me and like pats me on the chest, like, "How you doing?" and just like high fives my chest. I'm just like, and they're like, "Oh my god, I forgot. I'm so sorry." Like, it happens, man. Sometimes you just kind of, you just clock out for a second, then you
Yeah.
realize it, like, oh no.
I've almost killed my friend. That being said, though, Rise definitely going to want to pick up some kills here. Need to get some momentum going if they want to stay in this thing. We see our usual 3-2 split, right? Looking for a bit of a breach going off in office. And actually, Gnomes opting to give up
Oh,
office as well. Surprised to see that, but Six-Sided will not be giving up any kills anytime soon as he takes out Merchant. That's a big player off the board already.
beautiful Molotov to separate his team there, singling out Merchant. Very good pick.
Yeah, Snarf. Won't have control of office now. Snarf picking up that kill on Reptart. Index will get that kill on Digital, though. That's another man down. Snarf will be the only one standing in office. You see that Sentry does. Piper with the Daxi. Daxi with a nice little suppress kill, hitting them with the 1-2 there. Nice to see. This might just be the first round we see Rise really kind of take control of the map here. Snarms doesn't realize that someone's coming up from the side here. I think he did get the call, though, but Daxi didn't get the call. That Six-Sided was waiting for him. Takes him out. Snarms has no idea. Snarms, turn around, bro. He's the last man standing now. He's just gonna push in and he's gonna go down.
Oh, man. Six was flashed, and a Daxi kind of stalled him trying to push up to him, but I think he threw the flash from a bit further back, so by the time he actually got there, the flash kind of wore off, and Six was able to recover really well. As I said, the Molotov and Surfer Farm, they were getting ready to rush in. That Molotov right on the door, as Merchant was already in, singles out Merchant. Merchant had to win that fight. Fortunately, he did not, and just his two buddies could only watch as just like, we gotta wait, man. There's a fire here. It's dangerous. We can't.
You have one job. Don't die. You still do it.
Yeah, and we're Gnomes looking to 6-0 as we go back to bank. I saw a little bit of pushing, still not shoving, still no shoves.
Yeah.
Just pushing. Just some slight playful pushes. You know, like your crush does. Stop it! Stop it!
You're so annoying.
Yeah, just stop it. Here you go. Like just some playful pushing. There is no shoving. I want violence. That's why we're here.
Just beat the crap out of it. Just go in there. Give him the left and the right hook. Give him the uppercut. Give him everything. Because you're running out of time to do anything at this point. Gnome's about a 6-0, and at that point, you might as well just get out of here. So we need to see something coming out of Rise here. They're not, dare I say, rising to the occasion right about now.
Yes, quite. I mean, it's scary, right? Because you're facing a team that is the only team to like stun Global Breakout, almost do it again. And if they've made some changes and refined that, that's a terrifying team to face.
Yeah.
Even probably more like as terrifying as GB. So like there's another contender. And then if you're a new team trying to get your bearings together, it's like a little league just getting promoted to like, you know, the big kids area, you know, like you just got off a coach pitching and you're going to like kid pitching and you're just like, oh God, where am I?
I want to go home now.
Yeah, I need to practice. And like, this is just a taste. If whatever happens, if it is a 7-0, they know, okay, these guys aren't messing around. We got to make some changes, and you know, then we could see a completely different Rise next game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we were saying, we're kind of, you know, getting their bearings, but it's like you still got to know, you know, the history of the Gnomes, so it's like you cannot be taking that lightly. All right, okay. Three-man the old fence.
They do have both snipers here, and the auto shotty.
Yeah.
So if this was a round to cripple some, oh, this is the last round, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. But this would be a good round to kind of make a statement on to win. So.
Indeed. Oh, they actually opted for a full man anything up, but now they're kind of stuck in the spot, right? The crossfire coming up. A Merchant, he's like, I don't care. I'm taking out Index. Gets that first pick. Gonna move on into Tellers here. Straight up moving the lobby. They're looking to take the whole map, and right now they're making Gnomes kind of pull the Ride special, right? They've got them all kind of backed into this corner. Accounting area. Wall charge does go down. Now they have two ways to get into accounting. Although he is in there with the auto shot, he's gonna take out a Dax. He's spreading them with lead. He's gonna try and take a Snarms as well. He takes him out. Digital will get the refrag though. So that's gonna be 2 men down for the side of Gnomes. It's a 3-on-3. Make that a 2-on-3 now with Merchant being taken out by Reptard as well, holding those angles perfectly. The vault is open.